Alright, ladies and gentlemen. See, teacher, yeah? Now, this is a raw reaction from me. Where Damian Crawford is concerned. I only heard some excitement of some of the things that he said. I think I heard like 30-second clip, and I said to myself, wow, he might beat them hard, man. He might whip them wicked. So you are going. We are going at it. Like and share. Alright?
Senator Damian Crawford.
One teacher.
Lord. Fortunately. Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I expected the effort by political parties to gain advantage to be debated on the platforms, or indeed on the hustings. Never in my wildest dreams would I expect to be in the Senate to debate the efforts of a political party to gain political advantage.
That's all you
Indeed.
No, you see, this is why this man is a teacher, you know. You notice the introduction. I need you guys to listen again to the introduction. Very, very carefully, please. Just listen. This is a live stream for keen listeners. I want you to listen to the words that are coming out of the mouth of Mr. Damian Crawford, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. President, I expected the effort by political parties to gain advantage to be debated on the platforms, or indeed on the hustings. Never in my wildest dreams would I expect to be in the Senate to debate the efforts of a political party to gain political advantage.
No, let us break that down. In the streets and on platforms where you have, you know, these rallies is where you have debates to gain political advantage. Right? Not in the Senate. You're supposed to debate, real serious topics on behalf of the people of Jamaica. But they have turned the Senate into a SHIT hole. They have muddied up the waters. And now the teacher have wasting time to come out and give the evidence in detail as to why everybody has concluded the obvious. That this is clear gerrymandering. That is what the man first line just said a while ago. That's exactly what he just said in minimal amount of words. Let's continue. One teacher.
Indeed, Mr. President, the business of government has continuously been captured by the game of politics. Indeed, Mr. President, what we have here is an effort to seek political advantage and to, as Minister Bunting suggests, to gerrymander.
didn't know, did you? You didn't know that.
Well, the only speaker of truth so far has been Minister Bunting. He might as well be a minister. But, Mr. Speaker, before we go into what we...
Marlon Morgan can't shut up, man. Man doesn't mess up everybody's speech. Brother, I want to that. Yo. Man, you've got to sit down in there, bro. Wanna hear me that background, people? Marlon Morgan, wanna hear me? Shut up! Yeah, man.
Stop it. Get some help.
Get some help, dog.
I believe is the crux of the matter. There are some needs to correct some misstatements that have been made in this house. And I'll get to that, sir. And previously in other houses and in the public. The first, unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, is somehow the concoction, Mr. President, is the concoction that Portmore is the vision of Edward Seaga.
Let's clear that up.
Let's clear that up. I turn, Mr. President, to indeed what can go so. I turn, Mr. President, to no less of a source than the Jamaica Library Service.
Yo, wait. So he's going to debunk the lies told. Who told those lies? Was it Fitzhenley? Oh man! Oh my God! Whoa! Ho, ho!
Is the concoction that Portmore is the vision of Edward Seaga.
Let's clear that up.
Let's clear that up.
Clear that up. Clear that up.
I turn, Mr. President, to indeed what can go so. I turn, Mr. President, to no less of a source than the Jamaica Library Service. They may fire them after this or carry them to court.
Without prejudice.
The man said they may fire them after this or take them to court without prejudice. No, people, the live stream just get likes. What happened? Hey, wouldn't like up the live and call somebody share the live.
Tell Mr. President to no less of a source than the Jamaica Library Service.
I think we can trust the Jamaica Library Service.
They may fire them after this or carry them to court.
Without prejudice.
This is with prejudice. Mr. President, the Jamaica Library Service indicates that a company was formed called the Portmore Land Development Company. They purchased the property from Caymanas Estate with the intention to establish housing development. In the 1950s, Kingston ran out of flat space for development. So housing development in Portmore was seen as a response to the great outcry for housing. The article goes on to say, before development began, a dike had to be constructed to contain Rio Cobre, and a causeway had to be built to connect Kingston to Portmore. The lowlands also had to be filled by dredging the harbour and quarrying marl from Port Henderson Hill. Once this was completed, the development of housing could begin. From 1956 under Norman Washington Manning. How then could they have come to claim? And I give credit where credit is due. As president of the PNPYO, we rewarded Edward Seaga for the formation of heart. We had a whole dinner for him, he came. Mr. Seaga would have been distraught. This is not. And I can't claim that Seaga wasn't a visionary. But Portmore was never a part of his vision.
Get it right.
Indeed, history. While the first scheme, Independence City, was built in 1969, it was based on the completion of the Dyke Road and the causeway, for which then efforts was able to start. It says here, in 1969, well, if you want to contradict the Jamaica Library Service, go ahead, because they are authority and all things. However, it says that in 1969, under the direction of the West Indies Home, the first housing scheme in Portmore was erected and called Independence City.
Yo, that brother, they can't shut up. Beverly, big up. He can't shut up. It's like he came into the parliament to become a nuisance. The man is bringing facts and he's trying to argue facts. This is how you know he's a dummy, you know. Not everybody has with that degree, you know. Or you see them in a parliament, you know. You think see them as somebody intellectual, you know. You know how much work it takes to be an intellect? Some people have God-given gifts, but you have to know how to shut the hell up and listen. What Damian Crawford is talking about right now, I don't know nothing about. So guess what I'm doing? I'm letting him flow. But you know what? Let me go back.
Credit is due. As president of the PNPYO, we rewarded Edward Seaga for the formation of heart. We had a whole dinner for him, he came. Mr. Seaga would have been distraught.
So, Edward Seaga did not. It was not his vision for Portmore. Terry Longtongue, you're too lie. Alright? I mean, no see a lie when I tell when I say that, although I never did know. Because me see a lie before, so me know see a lie at. Alright? Let's continue.
This is not, and I can't claim that Saga wasn't a visionary, but Portmore was never a part of his vision.
Thank you.
Get it right.
Indeed,
History.
while the first scheme, Independence City, was built in 1969, it was based on the completion of the Dyke Road and the Causeway, for which then efforts was able to start. It says here, in 1969, well, if you want to contradict the Jamaica Library Service, go ahead, because they are authority on all things. However, it says...
You see how, and a master of none. Thank you for the person who said that. You see how in dismissing, this is a teacher. No? Because all he's telling him is that, well, if you want to argue the facts, go and argue with the library and the records. How about that, Marlon Morgan?
Yes. That in 1969, under the direction of the West Indies Home, the first housing scheme in Portmore was erected and called Independence City. The scheme then consisted of 1,000 housing units, 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms. And so, while Edward Saga was lucky enough to be in the position in 1969, the vision for Portmore started with Portmore Development Company. That was in...
Let's go to learn things, you know.
You see, I was a student before.
Yes, a teacher is here now.
I know, I'm a teacher.
Patrick, big up.
Listen, you listen.
The JP wouldn't understand it.
Damian Crawford, with them.
Additionally, Portmore is very important to the People's National Party.
Of course.
Not only because of the political outcomes, but also because it represents the true DNA of the People's National Party.
That's correct.
For the people.
Represents an example that if normal people are given a chance, they will take that chance, like your mom, like your dad, and run with it. To this extent, after...
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Hey, listen, man. You know how a teacher put people in their place? Intellectually. If that don't shut Marlon Morgan up, I don't know what will. What Portmore is an example of the People's National Party giving power to the people, like your mom and your dad. Good people, well-thinking people. That's what Portmore represented, and the Jamaica Labour Party has destroyed it with this one move. But there's a God, and there's the People's National Party, and there's Mark Bolo. Hold on, look a bit, man.
Independence City in 1969. The following was built by the People's National Party: Bridgeport Phase 1 and 2, 1972 and 1974. Passage Fort, 1974. Waterford, 1975. Bridgeport Phase 3, 1976. Portsmouth, 1978. Southborough, 1979. If it was, I'm coming. If it was indeed the vision...
No, if man can chat him, man.
Of Saga, which we are proving it was
not. Hold on, where's Speaker of the House then? Where is the Speaker of the House? Earlier, remember Juliet Oles a rush Fairval Williams says she have a conversation with one person in her house. Why is Marlon Morgan being allowed to have what it seems to be a one-on-one with Damian Crawford? Why is he interrupting the man's speech? Why the Speaker of the House don't say nothing? Oh, because you're a labor right. I'm just asking.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
They saw a great reduction when he regained power. If it was oncoming, Mouth 1978, Southborough 1979. If it was oncoming. If it was indeed the vision of Saga, which we are proving it was not. They saw a great reduction when he regained power, where housing had reduced to only 3 in the 1980s: Westchester, West Bay, and West Bay Phase 2. However, in the 1990s, West Bay Phase 3, Bridgeview, and as well, one of the largest construction of housing units, Greater Portmore, was there. I have to give them the PJ look.
Yo! In that game with PJ, look. No, you know it's a PJ. Anybody will watch. Anybody that watch debates, you know my father. Well, you don't know still, but me tell you something. My father is a man who love PJ parties. You understand what I say? My father is a man who what? Love PJ parties. Them man they my father is a man who love dictionary. So you see listening to PJ Patterson, it's like it has stimulated your brain when you listen to him talk, because he always have another word in another line we never hear before. And it is so on point that how he constructs his sentences. He's very deliberate. Very deliberate. You understand? So the dance I give them the PJ. Hey, big up Damian Crawford. And that's so nice. Yo! You're so nice. Hey! Carly, me I tell us that the boy just disrupt me. He have no class. He has no class whatsoever, man. People don't like up a live. Make me get 180 likes in a place. No, sir. You're so sweet over there.
So when we did 10,000 in the 1990s, it suggests that we are no less than 10 times the 1,000 that they did in 1969.
That's right.
We go further.
Go further, David.
Just to mash down. But come in, because Portmore must know who their friend is and who their foes are. The schools that we built in Portmore include Ascot High School under the People's National Party, Cedar Grove Academy, Greater Portmore High, Waterford High, Bridgeport Primary, Gregory Clark Primary. Your schools are Independent City Primary School, thank you, for the People's National Party. Kensington Primary, Naggohead Primary 1979, Portsmore Primary 1976, Southborough Primary 1979, Waterford Primary 1975.
That's right.
I think we gotta play that back. Yeah, we gotta play that back. We gotta play that back.
For Greater Portmore.
We gotta play that
So
back.
when we did 10,000 in the 1990s,
No, sir.
it suggests that we are no less than 10 times the 1,000 that they did
Wow.
in 19.
In life,
Wow, I can't. That's so much school in Bill Portmore. The PNP. Damn.
69.
That's right.
We go further.
Go further, David.
Just to mash down. But come in, because Portmore must know.
And Marlon Morgan, the school of you go, in primary school of you go at them Billy. No one them set you like your parents. We live in a Portmore. Hey, you see man come talk out your business in the parliament, you better sit down.
Who their friend is and who their foes are. The schools that we built in Portmore include Ascot High School under the People's National Party, Cedar Grove Academy, Greater Portmore High, Waterford High, Bridgeport Primary, Gregory Clark Primary. Your schools are Independent City Primary School, thank you, for the People's National Party. Kensington Primary, Naggohead Primary 1979, Portsmore Primary 1976, Southborough Primary 1979, Waterford Primary 1975.
Hey y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all come in sometimes and y'all forget, but the main thing, man, y'all gotta hit the like button, man, and share the live stream. Come on now, stop playing.
embarrassing. He needs some milk.
So, Marlon Morgan, so you got one I school of a PNP bill. So you are a direct beneficiary of the works of the PNP.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Hurricane Atty say empty ball make you most nice and small and Morgan behavior. You couldn't have said it better. Esther, big up yourself outside.
I stand corrected because Cedar Grove was 2013, I think that was in the Jamaica Labour Party. A continuation and completion. So those are the facts as it relates to Portmore.
So you notice him correct one of them. Labour Party continue on school in 2013 and finish. But that PNP started. Good, let's continue.
More and the relationship with the People's National Party. Now, coming out of that, there was further lies and misinformation.
Or a continuation of the JLP. One of them something. Somebody continue something. Let's continue.
Just that a basis of the bill is to have Portmore manage its own affairs and own funds. Now, if you had consulted the necessary documents, one would have recognized that Portmore currently gets its own funds and manages its own affairs.
So, what? Wait, what? Yo, Brett, what? Did I hear what he just said, or am I tripping? Am I tripping? What?
Affairs and own funds. To suggest that a basis of the bill is to have Portmore manage its own affairs and own funds. Now, if you had consulted the necessary documents, one would have recognized that Portmore currently gets its own funds and manages its own affairs.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Alright, so this is a lot to unpack. So you're telling me that they did not know that Portmore manages its own funds and affairs, and they put something in the bill to suggest that part of the purpose of the bill is for Portmore to do what it already has been doing? Oh my God.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Hey, who man is this? Oh, man is this?
Guys, if you don't realize that these guys really didn't do any consultation, this was rushed. This is all about gaining power in the next election and winning votes. This has nothing to do with the benefit of the parish. That right there, them not knowing that they already manage their own funds and put that as a provision in their bill, tells you that they don't know, they don't care, and they don't know. They got tunnel vision. Let us make it a parish because we want to win that constituency of St. Catherine. That's all it is about, gerrymandering. And I stand on that. And this is another evidence that shows that it is all about gerrymandering. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Wow.
I will guide you firstly to the local government ministry's website. In the local government ministry's website, it says by the last day of each month, each municipal council is paid out 90% of the amount of property tax paid in the relevant parish and 25% of the, I can't see like one time, and 25% of the amount paid for motor vehicle license. Like St. Catherine, separately, Portmore municipality received 90% of what is collected in property tax. And like everybody else, Portmore received 25% of what is collected in motor vehicle license. Now, contrary, there is what you call another fund for which the 10% goes, managed wholeheartedly by the minister. So if Portmore is diverting any money from Portmore, it is being managed currently by Minister Desmond Mackenzie and the Prime Minister of Jamaica, not by the Parish Council of St. Patrick.
What?
That is why the closest to minister of the church would be Minister Bunting, because the truth has migrated from over that side.
No, you see, the Jamaica Labour Party is economical with the truth. And at this point, now we are now learning that the truth has migrated from over the Jamaica Labour Party. There is no truth in them. There is no, I have to play that back. I cannot believe, Elena, you hear this? I cannot believe this. No, sir.
From Portmore, it is being managed.
Wait.
90% of what is collected in property tax. And like everybody else, Portmore received 25% of what is collected in motor vehicle license.
Right.
Now, contrary, there is another fund for which the 10% goes, managed wholeheartedly by the minister. So if Portmore is diverting any money from Portmore, it is being managed currently by Minister Desmond Mackenzie and the Prime Minister of Jamaica, not by the Parish Council of St. Patrick.
We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament, shift the election, shift everything. Remove them all there. Take out the cockroach, take out the thief, take out the criminal them, take out the thief them, take out the murderer them, take out the gang leader them out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me go to Portland. Why me travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
Help, we are the
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor rights. We're tired of the green people. We are so far. We can't take it no more. We need this. We need this. We need it. Help. Help. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength. Is a liberator.
What can go so? What can go so? What can go so?
Jamaica. Me I pull out for Andre Stevenson right now. Jamaica. You don't understand what Damian Crawford just said a while ago? Has it sunk in your cranium what that actually means? Based off the narrative that the Jamaica Labour Party is putting out there, who posed the bill in Parliament? Who presented the bill? Wasn't it Desmond Mackenzie? So with that knowledge of what Damian Crawford just exposed, Desmond Mackenzie came into Parliament with a straight face to try to convince us that he was upset at first when they were saying it's gerrymandering. You remember when he did this? That's why he did it.
That is why motor vehicle license, like St. Catherine, separately, Portmore municipality received 90% of what is collected in property tax. And like everybody else, Portmore received 25% of what is collected in motor vehicle license.
Wow.
Now, contrary, there is another fund for which the 10% goes, managed wholeheartedly by the minister. So if Portmore is diverting any money from Portmore, it is being managed currently by Minister Desmond Mackenzie and the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Wow.
Not by the Parish Council of St. Patrick.
Wow.
That is why the closest to Minister of the Church would be Minister Bunting, because the truth has migrated from over that side. Secondly, the rest of the funds,
mighty God of Daniel. No, sir. Man, are
then contributed to each municipality based on the kilometer of roads that exist. To date, there are 2 recommendations for boundaries of the quote-unquote parish of Portmore. The JLP boundary reduced the number of kilometers of roads and by extension reduced the probability of funds coming to Portmore.
Wow.
That is a lie. What? From the bottom of the pit of it. They're not twisting facts. You want to read it? All right. Hold
on. Marlon Morgan still a chat off him out. Make we hear what teacher say a while ago. Hold on.
The rest of the funds are then contributed to each municipality based on the kilometer of roads that exist. To date, there are 2 recommendations for boundaries of the quote-unquote parish of Portmore. The JLP boundary reduced the number of kilometers of roads and by extension reduced the probability of funds coming to Portmore. Yes. That is a lie.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you hearing this? Do you guys understand what was just said a while ago? I never understood these intricacies. This is why it's important to listen to these debates. So you're telling me, allegedly, that when they cut Portmore from its normal boundary after passing this bill, they cut off the amount of roads in Portmore. And based off the amount of roads that's in Portmore, it reduces or increases. More roads mean more money, less roads mean less money. And who did they say was controlling that money out of Portmore? Desmond Mackenzie and the Prime Minister, not St. Catherine. Hey, y'all.
We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
People, me not stop ball out, you know. Right now, me I go find myself one of them ball out sessions there for Mark Stewart. Believe. Yeah, man, me I got Mark Stewart church, man. Me, I go make sure me register my contribution to the ball out officially on a spiritual level. Because this administration have got to go. They got to go. They got to go. Got to go, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
From the bottom of the pit of it. They not twisting facts. You want to read it? All right, I got to move from the local government website and go to the Portmore municipality website. I don't want you to say that it is not correct. Yeah, my eye get foggy. It says here. It says here from this particular website that let me just hurry up and find it here. Yes, I can fix it.
Want to see your teacher work?
It says the parish council, based on the number of miles of parochial road in the parish and expressed as a percent of the total number of miles of parochial roads in the island. So if Portmore on the boundary A have 1 kilometer and the island have 10, Portmore will get less if on the boundary B they had 2 kilometers and the island still have 10. Now, unless we have plans to expand the island, because they might now go and capture all Haiti now to make them vote. If Haiti can vote for them win the election, you know, they will do. Therefore, the boundary that the ECJ proposed, the boundary that the ECJ found.
That is funny, honey. That's funny. Oh my God, that is funny.
Damian say if they can take 80 and 30 now one parish for benefit the Jamaica Labour Party, then we do it. Jesus of mercy.
Plans to expand the island, because they might now go and capture all Haiti now to make them vote. If Haiti can vote for them win the election, you know, they will do. Therefore, the boundary that the ECJ proposed, the boundary that the ECJ found to be reasonable in communication with both political parties, would have given Portmore more than the current boundaries that they are suggesting.
That's the real more for Portmore.
It would have, I'll soon get to that because we soon reach a Venn diagram. It also would mean that there are less.
Man, this is a big up Glendon and big up Albert C. Yo, this is incredible.
Collective. It would have, I'll soon get to that because we soon reach a Venn diagram. It also would mean that there are less money to be collected from property taxes if a smaller segment therefore would have less properties, all things held constant. That is another lie that we have to mash down. They go further to suggest that Portmore don't have its authority. The only thing that Portmore shares with St. Catherine is the health people that come around and the health department and health unit. None other is not under the management directly of Portmore. You spoke for 2 hours and one speaking my 30 minutes.
Yo, you see disrespectful? That's even the man of it. The man of it. You know how long the ugly blouse and skirt. Yo, him just make man want this him. You know, if you ever look on how long Marlon Morgan talk for, him can't shut up yet. Him have one of the longest speech in the debate here. And the man attack and the man come. Yo, actually him didn't even know. Him say, billion them.
None other is not under the management directly of.
Have some decorum, man. Some respect.
You spoke for 2 hours and one speaking my 30 minutes. Additionally,
2 hours of nonsense.
There is a proposition being promoted that bills in this house have no duty to its impact on the superior law of the Constitution. And there should be no bill in this house that not only not consider but encroach on that Constitution.
That's right.
So therefore the argument that parish first and then constituency is negated by the fact that the parish bill cannot abridge the Constitution in any way.
Listen up.
The outcomes of that decision, therefore, should not create disparities, whether by prejudice or not by prejudice, that the ECJ had to highlight to be unlikely to fit in the Constitution of the country. I'm going to put that now in the Venn diagram.
Put that in the Venn diagram.
The law in the Constitution states that if you have one sect, parish A, and another sect, constituency B, there should be no intersection between constituency B with parish A and parish C. So therefore, if a constituency is shared by 2 parishes, that intersection is illegal. Unconstitutional. And should not be allowed.
Talk to him, Mother Patrick.
He studied the dictionary. He didn't study mathematics. So therefore, the intersection that is being created
Is illegal.
is against the Constitution. And though it was communicated by those in the know, what could be the reason? What could be the reason? What can go so? Yeah, that's what I talk to my friends over here. I'm talking to the constitutionalist. I'm talking to the friends of Portmore. There's another lie being told. That, well, they are claiming to be of the interest of the people of certain sections of Portmore. To say that places like Caribbean estates could not vote for the mayor. However, in 2016, when the municipality boundaries were recommended for change, the JLP went to court to stop that change.
Wow.
And the opinion that if it was changed, they would lose Portmore. So I should say they still lost Portmore.
Wow.
So what they're now claiming to be a basis was what they went under Hines to court in 2016 and sought to now ensure that the municipal boundaries were not changed to include the areas. I'm going to explain some more because they don't understand.
They don't understand it.
They clearly don't understand.
No.
This is incredible.
I have hope in Delano. I give up on Mal. I give up on Mal.
A little hope in the Delano.
Yes. Let's go.
Just a toops of hope.
That is why I make sure I give the time. The municipality would have its own constituents. Each parish division, each division also had its own constituents. When they wanted to extend the constituent boundary for the municipality, the JLP resisted that expansion. They then went to court and won on a, what do I call that now? A technicality that a win for the JLP. But you have now come to claim that is a loss for the people of Portmore. You have now accepted the truth that when you went to court 2016, it was in an effort to disenfranchise Caribbean terrorists and other areas such as Caribbean terrorists. That is the same basis you are now claiming.
They did it.
Is a reason.
They did it.
But that didn't need a parish. That could have easily been corrected by just changing the municipal boundaries. Are coming soon. They then, yes, because I have a little thing to do. We come again to a situation where the JP is seeking to sell that there is a relationship between development and parish. Indeed, they're seeking to suggest not only that there is a correlation, but that there is a relationship. That if a parish is established, it will automatically lead. Now, wait, no man. When you check it out, there is nothing that suggests that the naming of a parish will lead to any form of development. And I hope that the nation don't buy into that argument, because everybody who wants development will soon start asking for a parish.
Think about that.
If based on your argument that a hospital is based on a parish, then if Lord Asriel wants an hospital, they should ask to be a parish.
So he's saying anywhere you live in Jamaica, the argument that the JLP is making, they want to turn it in a parish and then they get hospital. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can imagine one municipality. This is what is going to happen under this level of rhetoric and thinking. Jamaica is going to have 100 parishes in the future. They are going to split all those parts of different parishes and turn them into parishes. That is what is going to happen. Because essentially that is what they did in this instance.
You know, the last local government is 6,034 to 3,000. You know? That is how we handle them down in that side down in Linstead. And Linstead have a hospital, you know about that. Linstead have a hospital. Mine Linstead said they want to be a parish now.
Hey!
I'm nervous.
Hey!
I'm nervous.
Imagine that.
But that form of machination, which they want us to assume is only coincidental, is an insult. But it was also denied by a member of their own party, Edward Warington, in having a conversation about this. Edward Warington, he says, when we take Portmore, and I quote, when we take Portmore.
Let me play it for you, bro.
The most difficult of the three was Crawford, and we made it much easier now. I've been fighting before 2011 when we had the last boundary chain that Portmore should not be a Spanish town. And today I'm happy to say that we have the boundary that we wanted all along. Quarry Hill, Lakes Bend, Limestone Grove, Range Lane and that side will no longer be in Portmore. So the whole of them big people on the left, then the other them is in. And we won't be able to remember this anymore.
Member of Parliament for Southwest, Warington has asserted that the Jamaica Labour Party will have control of the Portmore Municipal Corporation once the separation is made.
I can say further, when we take Portmore off of St. Catherine, it's a different ballgame across there. We have 41 seats, now 42 seats. Out of these 42, PNP, you have 12 in Portmore. We won 2, they won 10. Yes, the one in St. Catherine Parish Council, they won seat. 1 seat is going to get 10 from Portmore. Now, give them back them PNP 10. Leave us alone over here. And it means that under no circumstances PNP can ever win the St. Catherine Parish Council again.
Was that we the ECJ? That we was the Jamaica Labour Party? When we take Portmore off St. Catherine, is a different ball game. We have what now? 41 seats or 42 seats? Out of this 42, They have 12 in Portmore. We want 2. They want 10. Yet they want St. Catherine Parish Council by 1 seat. Even though they carry 10 from Portmore. Now give them back them PMP 10. Leave us alone over here. And it means that under no circumstance PMP can ever win the St. Catherine Parish Council again. Never again. That is Warington. The difference, which you may not understand in the nuance, is that Senator Bunting, in his post-analysis, may have felt that this cut, which was under consultation and agreement with the PMP and the JLP, led by the necessary authority, the ECJ, might give an advantage to the PMP's victory. No less than West Kingston gives an advantage to the JLP victory. Right. The difference here is that without communication, without consultation, the JLP, which has stated their intent, now executes that intent. And they took it further than just changing the mayor. When they went down that road to Damascus, instead of turning back, they said, let's go further and secure a seat by making the boundaries of Portmore, make one of the seats be a stronger seat. The first ball they wanted to bowl was the St. Catherine mayor. But then they said, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You can't say that this is in no breach of nothing. This is what was said by the Jamaica Labour Party, Big Batman, with prejudice.
With prejudice.
Yeah, who said that is duty?
With prejudice.
The next, no talk. No talk. And even though he's a little bit crass, at least he's truthful. The rest over there has tried to disguise the truth, have tried to disguise the outcome, and ask foolish questions like, what is the negative of Portmore being a parish?
Yeah.
Well, since Portmore is a subset of Jamaica, all things constant, the negatives to Jamaica will renown to the negatives of Portmore. And the fomenting, which they mean fueling, of political divide is to no benefit. Yes, yes, I hope you learn local Venn diagram. The fomenting, the fueling of disaffection among the political parties cannot benefit that vision that you have formulated in your mind. Especially since Portmore is a place likely to support the People's National Party. We are not worried about the next outcome now, because we have seen this in our history. There was a time that Portmore had a JLP mayor. Key times. That was a step forward in our governance, because though they voted for PMP constituencies or divisions, they chose to vote for a mayor of another ilk, a friend of mine. However, after that one term, Portmore said, never again. Never again. And after this one term, the seats in Portmore will say the same. It is that knowledge that has caused for this bill. Because the 3 seats over there will say, never again. They say, I could try to keep one. They say, they try. Action, man. That you action work like I don't think that work again. Portland said never again. So therefore, they can't stay there. So therefore, they go, yes. They go to say, what is the negative? Well, first we have to analyze the negative of gerrymandering. And gerrymander was a politician in the 1800s who decided to move boundaries so that well, as a member of the ECJ, he would have represented the PMP's interest. It is the failure of the JP to represent their own interest. Why he could have come out and said that. That is what happened. So the incompetence of the JLP rose its head once again for Bunting to get his way representing the PMP's interest at the ECJ. But what are some of the negatives? It undermines democracy. And that is important for us to know, because this might just be the start.
Exactly.
The JLP want us to feel that the election in the middle of COVID was a coincidence, and they didn't know that the PMP had a disproportionate level of support among older citizens. They want us to feel that they didn't seek political advantage and risk the lives of our people by calling it and communicating that even COVID people can vote on the day. That we must believe it is a coincidence that fear would have gripped many PMP voters who would have been in the group of the elderly. And then the day is a reaching day. The JLP then want us to believe.
When they can chat about reaching, that is a common sense argument. In the height of COVID, elderly people that were more high at risk You think so they're gonna come out of them house, so they're gonna come vote? Andrew Holness knew exactly what he was doing. And if you can't see that through your big coconut brain, well, no brain might not in there, must be water. If you can't see that in your head, Marlon Morgan, just shut the hell up and make the man talk. The man has been untenable, man. The whole time just disrespectful and disrespect the man's speech. Because he can't handle the truth. And it's very upsetting. Right? We hardly see Damian Crawford coming to Parliament. Lord, the man make the man talk, brother. And stop disrupt the man's speech. Because his entire speech has destroyed the Jamaica Labour Party. In the eyes of the public. Even more than they were all well-thinking Jamaicans. Have another ammunition as to why this government is not the government to vote for in the next general election. Unbelievable.
That the constant delays of the local government election was as a basis of coincidence. And that wasn't them seeking to manipulate.
So them rushed the general election in a COVID, but the constant delay of the local government election, them things say, the people them don't know say, the same delay for the general election now, and the same delay they gave for the local government election, and them still lose. And guess what happened to them in our general election? Them still are gonna lose.
Emotional damage.
Elections for their own benefit. And even when they did that, it did not work. They came out of the election and said in verbatim that Portmore no count. The municipality of Portmore didn't count under the Jamaica Labour Party's analysis of the outcomes. But what could be if they decided that Boscobel should be considered as a part of Outer Rio since they both have tourism and cut it onto St. Anne? Then they get back St. Mary. I don't want to give them an idea. No? I don't want to give them an idea. But then get an idea now. We have to watch them. What if they say that they... Oh no. He's trying to foment dissent.
Yo, the man does a shut off his mouth, brother.
What if the JLP goes and tell Falmouth, you know, you're getting some hotels now, you should really be under Montego Bay, or going to cut you and put you over St. James.
Speaker's time has expired.
I'm having
And those against the...
For which they esteemed we can... don't know the agreement, but we will look. So Falmouth, for which they esteemed Wickham McNeil is now running down in that space.
That's right, that's right.
And I'm sure that they are nervous about the outcome. What if they plan to gerrymander the Falmouth? I know we are very strong in Falmouth. And come with a ridiculous... That Falmouth, you will get more road if you are cover flanker. I hear someone under pressure down in St. Elizabeth. What if Black River get cut off and put over by Westmoreland? And my good friend...
People, I want to listen. He's joking about it, you know. But I want you to really pay attention to what the man is saying, you know. The fact that they did this, what else won't they do before the calling of the election? Think about it.
The Patrick Peter King is looking like he wants to take advantage up in East Rural. What if half of you was caught and put into Kingston? You see the probability and possibility
yes.
of all these cuts, especially
gerrymandering gone awry.
Yeah.
Too many ideas now.
I expect they will claim that since our enslavers did 14 parishes, they will not rest with one. They want 15 out of it. We're going to go 29 parishes when they're finished.
You think I joke?
And then
No.
Well, I am following Warmington's lead. If Warmington lead is to be followed, Then when he goes to speak in Trelawney, he will say, we will cut Falmouth and never again. When he goes speak in East Rural, he'll say, we'll cut half of you and never again. When he goes speak in Western St. Mary, he said, we'll cut Boscobel. This is what was said by a person placed in authority in the Jamaica Labour Party.
Can't go around it. I will not stop playing either.
So that is one of the...
Me not stop playing that the clip there with whatever Warington when him said that. Out of their own mouth. I will not stop saying gerrymandering. I will not stop teaching people what gerrymandering is. Evil wicked government. JLP, Jamaica Lawless Party. Always a go against the constitution. This batch right here, so. No much time a PLP can them go court.
Negatives that may happen.
Why Patrick? Me don't know.
It creates uncompetitive elections. That's what I'm trying to achieve. You want the public to believe that it is mere coincidence that this particular cut is net 800 PMP being removed from a particular seat that is supposed to be marginal. And then put in a PMP seat that is a stronghold for the People's National Party. They want us to believe that it doesn't create uncompetitive elections. It weakens political accountability. In fact, if there's any polarization of the people, it is corrected by both parties agreeing to go with whatever the referendum calls for. But for some reason, a referendum is not being considered.
Exactly.
I heard my friend KC colleague say that we should make decisions. We the 63 or we the 3 million? Because the we cannot be reserved for the parliamentarians.
Exactly.
And the we is not.
And I same thing Marlon who do. And the JLP when it come on to the constitutional reform. Them no want to deal with the 3 million people in Jamaica. Them want to deal with some people and do minimal consultation. They don't want to be asked real questions. You remember when the youth get up and ask Andrew Honest about the needs and what the needs are going to do, and you see how the mediator go on, you see how she wanna gallant with herself like say she don't want the youth talk and so them deal with the thing. They don't like the people. They are not for the people. The Jamaica Labour Party is not for the people.
Reserved in this Jamaica, that say out of many one people for just those who are descendants of slaves. It also must be considering those who are descendants of the Chinese who came as indentured servants and the Indians, the Europeans who came and invested. It must be a reflection of out of many. Therefore, a referendum is a true reflection of the mother of Jamaica because the many will speak.
Of course.
But they want to reserve it.
Like and share, guys. Like and share.
Will speak. We say that the people of Portmore should be able to speak on their own behalf. At a time that we need for the collective working together. I heard the party says going into this new we say them coming out of Britain now and they no longer thing and they want to be fully independent and all of that.
Yeah, man, Crawford really messed them up.
We say them coming out of Britain now and they no longer thing and they want to be fully independent and all of that. That they need a collective political cooperation. They say the king cannot tell them about a parish, but he can decipher the law. What level of madness? They say what can go so? That the arguments put forward for such a big move, for such historic as they claim. You know what's next? They're going to say Portmore have 2 cities. They call it 2 capitals. They're going to put Back Road as one and say that is historic. Never before have a parish have two capitals. We have done that. But there's no benefit to that historic situation. And I'm looking at this bill. What is the substantive suggestion in this bill? That it never happened since 18, whatever that is historic. They said that it will lead to development. We have already showed that there is no causal relationship.
No relationship.
They said that of necessity, consequential amendments are being made. Our people are canvassing. We don't have time for what? PDC. We have election to it. So
it's up to all our new subs them.
Consequential amendments are being made to the Local Government Act which will then affect, Senator Bunting identified 398. I'm going back into maths because we're going to round it off to 400. 400 polling divisions. That's not development, that's confusion. And it is so important somehow that right before the election it must be done.
Yes, that's
so
part.
therefore without time to adjust, it must be done right now because there is some advantage to Portmore for it to be done before the election. What advantage to the people of Portmore is this timing? But there is an advantage to the Jamaica Labour Party.
That is it. They are the only ones that benefit.
They come forward again.
Nobody else.
How many divisions? No, PDs. 13 divisions. So 13 people who voted in 2024. 13 groups of people, sets of people, who were all complement and by extension no intersection. Those 13 divisions now would have had people who did not contribute to their representation. That's not development, that's confusion. Confusion. There would be a group that have no representation. You don't know enough about the People's National Party. If you did, you would have joined because it is the better party. We come further. How many constituencies? I would want to read it with prejudice, so you have to take me. All right. 4 constituencies. Now remember, the Prime Minister never fulfilled his promise of fixed election.
The man the man can't shut up. At this point, me feel like if me did that, I would have punched him in the face. Like seriously. He might annoy the hell out of me now. Bro, can you shut the hell up? The man voice annoying, brother. The man cannot talk. You can't see Damian Crawford is visibly uncomfortable. Where is the Speaker of the House? Where is the Speaker of the House to say shut the hell up? This is why the speech takes so long, you know.
So it can be any time. It don't have to be September. It can be next week. So therefore, they have now created these elements of confusion. When in a month, haven't they told the ECJ to be ready? That readiness don't include boundaries. Oh, okay. That's confusion.
Confusion, not development. Confusion.
And that confusion, coincidentally, benefits the Jamaica Labour Party. Mr. President, there's nothing in this for the people of Portmore. There's nothing. Their priorities have been outlined by the Senator Cavan Gale. Those priorities, unfortunately, have not been touched, but they are now saying that this is the answer. There's a school called Greater Portmore that the teachers had a sit out because of the stench of the sewage.
Yes, Torati.
And then when I contacted that school, they were going into what you call that distance learning because the teachers are refusing to come back to school. They have lost teachers to resignation due to the impact of the sewage plant. Instead of something coming to speak to that,
such an important thing.
They said that there will be a parish. I want to know after today if that stench will be removed automatically by parish.
Tell us.
The good senator spoke about how the road network needs to be expanded because what was developed initially, they have outgrown that road network. And that someone disrespected him, having not recognized that he's the eminent BITU specialist. No, but he's PA specialist over there. Communication strategy specialist. Bella, there's a strategy specialist. And the medical specialist, 3 specialists coming here. Yes. But will that change with it being a parish? And could it have changed without it being a parish? All these grand ideas about how you're going to make it be a digital center, what in this makes it more likely? Silicon Valley.
No, they reduce the size.
Lord my God.
Him said, look at Miami.
What about the AC Santa Cruz? These things are just ridiculous political statements that are being made.
Ridiculous.
The People's National Party is not against Portmore being a parish. It's against a government using its majority to create political advantage and by extension political disadvantage. The evidence stands, and as Senator Bunting says, by whatever legal means. Because we're not going to say we will never stand for the PMP taking this country again.
No, we don't.
That is what they have stated. And then say, oh, you can't say certain things, you're promoting what?
We will not stand.
By whatever legal means, we will resist a step backward in our democratic process.
That's right.
By whatever means.
Have you seen the video of the guy?
By whatever means, ladies and gentlemen.
Have at least 1/7 participation by the residents of Portmore. That's what they fought for. What this bill that this government brings here is to say to the people of Portmore, shut your mouth. We will not listen to you. You will determine their boundaries.
By whatever legal means, we will resist a step backward in our democratic process.
That's right.
By whatever means. And with that, Mr. President, I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Forever.
I thank you, Senator Crawford.
Big up Senator Crawford. Why may I tell you, the man exposed everyone in Warington. This man Mackenzie, Marlon Morgan, Andrew Holness, and the entire Jamaica Labour Party for sitting down on the other side and being an agent of gerrymandering. It's a damn disgrace.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Disgrace.